Hello, I'm Scott Hollander, Chief Marketing Officer at Melaleuca. Is it any wonder that growing up in the middle of Idaho and all its surrounding beauty, our CEO, Frank Vandersloot, was inspired by all that he saw, and he went on to create the world's best wellness company. We are literally living and working in the middle of some of the most spectacular scenery on the face of the earth, and it serves as a constant reminder of the importance of our environmental responsibility. It truly is inspiring. Does environmental wellness matter to you? I sure hope so, because I'll tell you what, it really matters to me. I care about doing what's right, and I care that our customers understand who they're doing business with, who's authentic and who isn't. For me, it's one of the most important principles that we have in our company, and one of the most important issues that we deal with today. I want to talk to you about a growing trend in marketing where companies are starting to highlight their so-called green business practices. Melaleuca has made green practices a part of our corporate culture since our inception back in 1985. We call it environmental wellness. We're seeing the idea of environmental responsibility and emerging green practices showing up everywhere. There's not a day that goes by where there isn't a new story in the media about green. Consumer demand for safer, more environmentally responsible products is waking up the world of business. Business in general has been slow to respond to the green movement. So it's no wonder that companies like Procter & Gamble, Clorox, Colgate-Palmolive, and even retailers like Walmart are scrambling to position themselves as cleaner, greener. But none of these companies will change overnight. For many, the principles of environmental wellness are foreign to their DNA. But because they feel the pressure of the marketplace and the pressure that companies like Melaleuca is putting on them, they've begun spinning new marketing messages around their same old practices. Instead of fixing the core of their business, they're greenwashing the marketplace. Even more companies are practicing what we call green screening. Green screening is when a company creates an eco-friendly diversion that speaks to environmentally responsible practices, while the majority of their business continues with no regard for the environment. They then spend the majority of their marketing dollars telling you how responsible they are, even though they're still involved in questionable practices. With just a little scrutiny, it becomes painfully obvious that some big, publicly held, profit-driven companies are rushing frantically to paste up an environmentally friendly front to make nice with environmentally conscious consumers. And just like that, their arguments fall flat like an artificial tree. For example, the Clorox company recently introduced a new line of home cleaning products called GreenWorks. Did they model it after our EcoSense line? Absolutely. Did they replace their line of chlorine bleach-based products with GreenWorks? Of course not. Why? Perhaps they're driven more by profits than principles. By contrast, Melaleuca has been concerned about environmental wellness from the very beginning. With us, it isn't a trend, it's who we are and it's who we've always been. It's one of the core principles that we were founded on. Melaleuca offers real alternatives to the greenwashing and green screening going on in the market today. Our products are unique, they're effective, they're economical, and they're made by people who care about environmental wellness. No one has forced us into our stance on environmental wellness. We've taken it because it matters to us. We are and have been for 23 years the smarter, greener company. Now let me take a few minutes to walk you through some examples of how Melaleuca has been green from the beginning and how we continue to lead environmental wellness. Our green practices start with our ingredients. Melaleuca's one-of-a-kind wellness products are sourced from sustainable, natural resources whenever possible. From passion flower to jojoba and psyllium to Melaleuca oil, these ingredients are renewable gifts from the earth. Melaleuca has taken a firm stand against chemicals that not only pollute the environment, but also pollute our homes. Instead of chlorine bleach in our cleaning products, we use the power of citric acid. And instead of ammonia in our disinfectants, we use the spice thyme. Sure, it's more expensive to use these natural ingredients, but it's the right thing to do. We take the time and we put forth the extra effort to develop these viable alternatives, and then we go through the painstaking process of registering them with the EPA. Melaleuca products don't contain phosphates. Phosphates are inexpensive chemicals used by many detergents to soften water. Phosphates used in household cleaners can negatively impact the environment by causing unwanted algae growth in rivers, ponds, and streams. These algae can actually choke off the natural oxygen supply in the water, killing plants, fish, and other animals, severely altering the balance of the ecosystem. In fact, next to burning fossil fuels, the release of phosphates into our waterways and ecosystem is one of the biggest issues we face today. Melaleuca sells high-use, value-sized, concentrated product. This requires less packaging and shipping. All packaging materials are compatible with recycling, including plastics, corrugated cardboard, and paperboard. Most of our products are concentrated. In fact, many are super concentrated, some as much as 6 times concentrated. If we can concentrate a product, we will. Concentrated products mean less packaging, less waste, and lower fuel costs. In fact, in 1 year alone, the plastic saved by using Melaleuca 6X laundry detergent instead of the leading non-concentrated grocery store brand could make more than 600,000 laundry baskets. If you laid those end to end, those baskets would go halfway to the moon. Our new 6X concentrated, patent-pending Melaleuca, Melaleuca HE, and Melabright formulas are equally effective in cold water, which can save the average household $60 a year in reduced energy bills. If all the people who live in New York City used Melabright instead of Clorox 2, in just 1 year, they would save over 27 million pounds of plastic. That's the power of concentrated formulas. Using our concentrated tub and tile instead of the leading bathroom cleaner saves over 175,000 pounds of plastic every year. Instead of buying pre-mixed, pre-diluted cleaners that come in their own disposable bottles, Melaleuca allows you to purchase concentrated products that get mixed in bottles that can be used over and over. Why throw away a perfectly good bottle just because you're out of product? Reuse, recycle, rethink. We employ green practices across all our product lines. We sell sustained powder sticks rather than ready-to-drink bottles because it's more environmentally responsible and economical. We look at it this way. Our customers are smart enough to add water and mix the products themselves, but not everyone in the industry thinks that way. Did you know that Gatorade distributes over 4 billion plastic bottles a year? Since the year 2001, Gatorade has sold in excess of 22 billion plastic bottles. That's 3.2 billion pounds or 1.6 million tons of plastic going into landfills. Said another way, if you stacked all those bottles end to end, the column of bottles would stand 3.2 million miles high. Just imagine if Gatorade was willing to do what we do. Just think of how much less waste and pollution there'd be in our landfills and in our environment. Now here's another example. Our new moisturizing liquid hand soap comes in an 8-ounce bottle that delivers 500 uses. That's 3 times the number of uses compared to a similar size bottle of Dial hand soap. Concentrated formulas, more uses per bottle equals less plastic, less water, less cost. We all win. You might think that it's mere happenstance that Melaleuca's world headquarters is located in Idaho Falls, Idaho, but it's not. It was a very deliberate decision on Frank's part. You see, in Idaho Falls, the average employee has a commute time of less than 7 minutes, compared to an employee who averages over 60 minutes commute time working in a large metro area. This means less gas consumption, less pollution, less time in the car, and greater productivity and improved efficiency. And it's not just our brands where we exercise smarter, greener practices. We do the same in our plants. We use reusable plastic bins to transfer products from one facility to the next, instead of disposable corrugate, as is the practice with most other manufacturers. When the bins can no longer be used, they're sent to recycling and they're turned into fiber optic cable tubing. Throughout our manufacturing process, we recycle every material that we can, including corrugate, plastic, and metal drums. Even the excess plastic generated from bottle making is reused. Our large distribution center in Idaho Falls uses skylights to cut down on power. The lights that are used are highly efficient, using 30% less electricity than regular fluorescent bulbs. These lights automatically shut off when no one is in the facility. Melaleuca boxes are packed with air pillows instead of bubble wrap or packing peanuts. Air pillows save fuel and landfill space while allowing more units to be shipped per truck. And every Melaleuca shipping box is made from 30% post-consumer material and is certified by the Sustainable Forestry Initiative. Even the way we tell you about our products is responsible. After all, what could be more eco-friendly than word-of-mouth, customer-to-customer marketing? And the way customers acquire our products is built around efficiency. We deliver directly to your home, which at today's gas prices is looking more attractive by the minute. And our flagship publication, the Melaleuca Country Catalog, is printed on recycled paper, and it too can be recycled. The best way to maintain an environmentally friendly image is to be environmentally responsible in the first place. Remember, here at Melaleuca, we take environmental wellness very seriously. We always have, we always will. I hope that our commitment to environmental wellness is crystal clear, and that our dedication to real, sustainable, smarter green practices is evident. We think it's important for you and your customers to be able to ferret out the real McCoy from the poser. So, just to recap, be careful who you do business with. Know what the practices and principles are of the companies whose products you buy. Remember, at Melaleuca, we start with safer, more natural ingredients. We don't use chlorine, bleach, or phosphates. We concentrate our formulas so they last longer, are more economical, and don't contribute unnecessarily to landfills. We employ smart green practices in our plants and distribution centers as well. And we've created a harmonious, environmentally responsible workplace for all Melaleuca employees. As Frank says, at Melaleuca, we were green when green was just a color. We're proud of the role that we've played in creating and leading the environmental wellness movement. And we're as dedicated as ever to leading the way in the future. Thank you, and remember, you'll find unique, one-of-a-kind products, environmental wellness, and so much more only at Melaleuca.